Hello guys, welcome to the backyard greenhouse. What I did today is I adjusted the hydroponic beds, which is the water nutrients, and because what I've noticed is that the leaves weren't looking as they should be looking, because what I noticed is that some of the leaves were getting curled up and they weren't getting large, expanding to its natural state as it's supposed to be. Even the tomatoes leaves, they weren't even spreading out widely, and pretty much the flowers within that tomato plants, they weren't producing properly. They weren't setting to set the fruit. They would either just, the flowers would die out and it would just fall, but it would not set any fruits at all. Now that goes the same towards my cucumber plants. It will do a little flower, but then it stops flowering and the flower will not set, the fruit will not even form. The leaves itself was just wasn't to it where it should be. So let me give you guys pretty much what I mean. Well, I've already cut it off, most of it. I cut most of them off, so you won't need the leaves. But let me show you really quick. Okay, what you see here right now is my 3 cucumbers, which is the Diva varieties. Okay, what you see, the reason they're like this, as you see, because what I did, I let them grow and I looped them down, so as they grow back up, it's, you know, repeat the pattern, loop every single time. So I had to cut off every the leaves like I mentioned, because what, as you can see, this is an example. Even though it's a small one, it's kind of curvy. You can see it form like a, you know, cup shape. I don't want it to be that way. It needs to be expanding. But I cut off majority of all of them, and those are the new growth for the other cucumbers. Now the tomatoes, one of them is on the cucumber bed, just that one. I cut off majority of the leaves down, left the top part of it. Now the actual tomato beds, which is, I got 3 of the cherries and 3 of the big boy tomatoes. I did that the same. I cut off all the leaves mainly and let the very top tip, that looks good enough. And then it's starting to do some new growths here and there, so I'm gonna let that set in and grow. I only cut off the bad ones that I felt like needed to be cut. Now the ones that been growing, so as you can see, there's flowers. Those all came off. I know it's a natural process where they do grow and they fall, so that's, I'm not gonna be alerted by that. The other ones that don't fall tends to not set its fruit, so it's just dying the flower out and it's not setting. Sorry, blurry, but yeah, they're pretty much everywhere. So it's that on top. Okay, these are the longer ones. That and the one above me. These flowers right here, as you can see, they already set it and they dried out, but they didn't bear any fruit at the moment. Nothing. So same goes for the very top one. Nothing. So that's something I've noticed. And of course, no flowers yet. There's the buds, but no flowers yet. This is the smallest of the big boy tomato. So yeah, as you can see, I cut off. Let me go back. I cut off the main leaves just because the reason I did so on the cucumbers as well. After I adjusted the water solution in the beds, I'm gonna see how the new growth will turn out. If I'm gonna see any difference, if I'm gonna see the same, or that tells me where more or less what I did wrong previously, or what I need to adjust a little more. So that's something that I'm gonna do. I just did this today, so I'm gonna give it a week or 2 and see what goes on with these plants. My bell peppers, I only adjusted the water as well, but did not really much trim on the leaves on these, because they look just fine still. The color of the leaves, it looks great, so I'm not worried about that. I mean, it's a little cuppy, but it's fine. But other than that, it looks okay. Yeah, So anyway, so I'm gonna end this video right now. Any further updates towards these plants, so I'm gonna let you guys know in a few more days or more, towards a week from here on till this day. So I'm gonna have to give you guys an update on that part. I'm gonna be surprised myself it does works out, but if it doesn't, I'm gonna see for myself. All right, guys, so I'll be seeing you guys later, and until the next video, please stick around. Bye, guys.